Hi, I'm Rory.
And I'm Morgan. And we are both pretty much all in for Muncie Community Schools.
We moved to Muncie less than a year ago, but it didn't take us long to realize that the public school district in our new city was pretty special.
See, this is our daughter Juno. And all summer she was a little nervous to start fourth grade at what would be her third public elementary school.
For the past 4 years, school wasn't exactly her favorite thing. Bullying, uninspiring assignments, and a lack of engaging experiences left Juno with a pretty negative impression of school.
But all that, I kid you not, has completely changed in just one academic year. This is Juno's face after her first day in Muncie Community Schools' Enriched Learning Program at East Washington Academy. And that excitement that you see has only grown since then.
Every morning, Juno wakes up stoked to go to school, where bullying isn't tolerated, and every student gets to participate in a range of creative and critical hands-on learning experiences.
Whether it's tales of her teacher, Mrs. Stoltz's Discovery Quest problem-posing assignments, Principal Reese's warm and often pretty silly encouragement, or her classmates' supportive attitudes, Juno comes home every day telling stories about school that every parent hopes to hear.
She's excited about education, and she's putting in an effort in school that she never demonstrated before. She even went from testing in the 66th percentile in math, which was her least favorite subject, to the 88th percentile in just 2 academic terms.
As working class parents, we've been amazed at the quality of education that our daughter has access to for free here in Muncie.
And that's why we can easily say that moving here and being part of Muncie Community Schools has changed our lives.
As we met and talked with more and more parents and community members in Muncie, we learned that East Washington Academy isn't really unique. We've heard similar stories about many of the elementary, middle, and high schools here in Muncie.
So we were shocked and motivated to act when we learned about the financial challenges facing Muncie Community Schools.
How could a school district that offers amazing opportunities, positive learning environments, and excellent education to the kids in this community, gifted, special needs, food insecure, you name it, be struggling for funding and support?
It didn't make sense, so we did some investigating and got involved in activism. And we learned that a lot of people in Muncie, and Indiana in general, don't know the valuable and essential role Muncie Community Schools fulfills in our community and why our public schools need our help. So here's a quick overview of not only the financial problems currently facing Muncie Community Schools, but also the current and woefully inadequate solution currently proposed by the Muncie School Board. The primary problem is a lack of funding provided by the state of Indiana due to recent legislative changes. To determine which school districts are in need of additional financial support, Indiana uses what they term a complexity index to establish the state's poverty standards. Originally, these standards were determined by how many students receive free or reduced lunch. However, Indiana recently passed new legislation that set the complexity index poverty standards according to how many students' families receive food stamps. As you can imagine, fewer families receive food stamps than the number of families whose children receive free or reduced lunch. As such, this new legislation has lowered the poverty percentage in urban public school districts like Muncie's from 75% to 47%, therein creating the illusion that the number of economically disadvantaged students is fewer, which has resulted in a reduced amount of money being allotted to schools like MCS. In short, what this legislation was designed to do is restrict financial aid to schools in need, and Muncie Community Schools are being adversely affected as a result. The state of Indiana has stated that they won't help struggling public schools unless all local resources have been exhausted. At the moment, the city of Muncie is efforting to access funding gathered through TIFs and properties currently listed as non-taxable. However, even if the city is successful in lobbying for local funding, Muncie Community Schools will still need additional financial support from the state. However, rather than look into TIF funding or, more importantly, turn to the state to solve MCS's budgetary crisis, Superintendent Dr. Ball and the school board have instead proposed to significantly reduce all teacher salaries and close several schools in the district. If this proposed plan takes effect, great teachers will be forced to decide whether to leave Muncie Community Schools or to stay and struggle financially, while also being burdened with larger class sizes and fewer resources.
At a recent public city council meeting, our mayor, Dennis Tyler, said there can't be anything more important for our community today than our school system, for our economic development and our quality of place and quality of life here in Muncie. And he told everyone listening that we have so many great programs in our schools, and he said that he could stand up there for hours and talk about them. But he argued that we're not promoting them the way that we should as a community. Councilman Brad Polk agreed and said that all we hear about are the bad things about MCS, and we're not sharing the great things about our schools the way we should. Telling our community and our local and state assembly our positive and inspiring stories as current and former MCS students, parents, and community members can do the work of promoting our schools and can help urge local and state lawmakers to find solutions to MCS's financial crisis because it is a district worth saving. So here's where you come in.
We want you, and Muncie Community Schools need you to share your stories. So grab a smartphone, a tablet, or a laptop and record you and or your children explaining why you love and support our local Muncie Community Schools and are all in for MCS. And if you don't have access to a recording device or need assistance, email us at allinformcs@gmail.com to arrange a video workshop with us. And while you're making your video, make sure to be specific in your story. Mention your favorite teacher, assignment, or program. Tell a story about how they have made a positive impact on your education and in your life. Explain what you would lose if your teacher left or your school closed, and remind your audience that your small story is part of a larger story of an exceptional public school district, that no matter our teacher or school or experience, we are all in for MCS. And please try to keep your video between 30 seconds and 2 minutes, as doing so will force you to be concise and will also increase the chances that others will view it.
When you're done recording your fantastic video, share it publicly in a post on your Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram account page. Then, if you'd like to be a part of the All In for MCS archive and campaign, tag @4MCS or post your original video here on All In for MCS's public Facebook page, authorizing the campaign to promote and share your video to forward the cause. When you share your video on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, make sure that you include the hashtag AllInForMCS. Make sure to like us on Facebook as well and follow us on Twitter. Keep your eye on our hashtag for updates and information and to gain access to everyone's videos, to hear why your friends and neighbors are all in for MCS. Even if a fraction of us whose lives have been affected by the awesome teachers, programs, and opportunities Muncie Community Schools bring to our city make a video in this campaign, make our voices and stories heard, I truly believe that we can show our local and state legislators and our community why MCS matters and why it's worth any effort we can muster to help it thrive.
On behalf of All In for MCS, the Indiana Coalition of Public Education of Delaware County, and our daughter, Juno.
And pretty much all of our kids here in Muncie.
Thank you for your stories and for your continued support for our public schools. See you on Twitter.